make the strings.
Denver traffic, we meet again. Pretty much always. I mean, it is like, what time? Like 3:20 in the afternoon. So I mean, this is pretty much when it starts. But we are on our way to. It's like this.
Figured out how to make highways go better.
How's that?
Everything merges goes this way. We'll have to have the on ramps come on this side of the highway instead of everybody trying to cross.
Yeah.
There it is. That's how to fix all this shit.
Yep, there it is. They've figured it out. They figured out the solution for traffic. But we got to get off in here. But
That's 225.
This is 225. It's not the exit 225. It's to get on I-225. Anyhow, we are up in Denver. There's this company that had a I don't know. It's a shop. And they do a bunch of stuff with F350s, and they had the engine for sale on Craigslist, which is a 2015 6.7 liter Powerstroke. After doing a little bit more research, it seems like, you know, the 15 was definitely the way to go. They have, like, I guess, a higher volume fuel pump, or a better fuel pump, as well as the turbo, and then supposedly the injector is a little bit different. Something else with the cylinder heads and glow plugs. I don't know. Bunch of random stuff. So it kind of has all the updates, which is pretty much what you want. You know, and basically given the, you know, the cost that it would have cost me to fix the other one, as far as the whole, you know, complete fuel system, you know, piston rod, boring, you know, having the whole thing bored and machined and putting it all back together and timed down, it just makes the most sense to pick this up. It does have a cord charge on it, so I will have to bring my other one back up, which kind of sucks. Huh? Well, they want like $1,200 or something, which I don't know, almost at that point, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, what's a cylinder head and a turbo worth? And the blocker, maybe I could even rebuild it, but I mean, the turbo is a 2011 turbo, so nobody really wants those anyhow. It'd be interesting to put on something though. But yeah, anyhow, this company, I bought some seats from them like 2 years ago for another F350 I was working on, and I'm familiar with the shop. They do some crazy stuff up there. But it's mostly, they pretty much do like the whole like auction fix and flip like type of deal. They have a dealership, they have a dealer license, they have like a collision body shop, and then like in the back of it, they have like all their F350 parts and, you know, stuff like that. They also do like random custom work. I think last time I was up here, they were doing like a 6-door conversion on the F350, you know, working on Raptors and all that stuff. So it's definitely kind of like my like dream, like, you know, if the whole YouTube thing kind of, you know, doesn't work out, that's definitely where I'm going with, you know, with my life probably. Yeah, like junkyard, dealership, body shop, like that's not a bad deal, because you can kind of do it all. You could also, if you're wondering why Dave's driving, I'm sitting here kind of editing a little bit, trying to make you know, a little bit more efficient use of my time. So
yeah, if you're wondering why I haven't uploaded a video, it's because I'm out the truck all the time.
Yeah, so if you guys are wondering where David's videos have been, he's been helping me with the shop, clean up the cabinets, or clean up the shop and do the cabinets and all that stuff. He's getting ready to mess with this Powerstroke too.
Yeah.
He's going to be cobbled.
We'll just do the same deal that I can do with mine.
What's that?
25.
Oh, quit, David. So we're backing into to no man's land over here. I don't know how much you guys can see, but this place is just crammed with random just stuff and cars, and there's like a jillion car haulers. Yeah, that's probably all right. All right, well, I guess let's go inside and give up the coin. So this is the little workshop over here, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so I got this thing all loaded up in here. Basically we had to, it's kind of a pain in the butt, because it's so damn tall, it was on a pallet. We had to pull it off, because basically that guy right there, and even when we got it in here, we had to set it on the oil pan, lower it down in the front, and then push it back, and then lift it back up to get it on this block. But we are stopping at one of our buddies' shops up here. I don't know if you guys remember, a long time ago I stopped as the M-Spec, but they since moved buildings, so we're gonna check it out. All right, so this is the inside. I'm gonna try to slow down my my movement a little bit so you guys could actually see. But yeah, this is M-Spec. That's Wes's car that they went crazy with. That's a S14 that actually did 1J in a long time ago, and it's been like around, but now they're doing a crazy thing. And you guys got Supras here. Plenty of Supras. So this is another guy, his name's Colin. He has both of these guys. And is this his daily?
This is his daily, yeah.
Yeah, so this one's his daily, but he was like drag racing it a couple months ago, I think at Streetcar Takeover. Yep. And it does the pops and the bangs and all that stuff with the VVTi.
Yeah.
And then this is his big dog?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that turbo is big enough. What size is that again?
It's a GT 4508. GTX 45.
I like the fitment.
Right.
That's close. It's probably just enough to peel the tape out from in between it.
It rocks the other way. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's just a little dirty. Don't be too close, right?
Yeah, it's been. Well, you guys have been in the midst of just like for the past 2 months. They've been transforming this thing from like a yellow school bus to like nice white walls with the stuff and the lifts and the electrical and all that stuff. And yeah, pretty nuts. Is this that one you guys were doing?
This one's stock. This is the one we were doing a bunch to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's that thing coming along?
It's fine. Runs, drives. A couple of little things we're dealing with. Some cold start tuning. And,
yeah.
You know, just some minor stuff. Nothing crazy.
And then here's your car that you're currently renting out.
Yep.
That thing's. I did a video here, I guess in their old shop, and you guys, it looked like you were in a dungeon.
Yeah.
For like a little while,
yeah.
And but yeah, I definitely like the height. Like it almost felt like it was like.
Oh yeah, the old shop I
like
think
that.
had 12-foot ceiling.
Yeah, it was low in here, but yeah. So you guys got 3 Supras in here, some BMW stuff, and is that going to be a turbo sled, or is it already?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. And then Daniel, another one of the guys here, he has the S15 over there, which is pretty sweet, and like a ridiculous angle kit on this Subaru. This was actually going to be his. So that's what the S14 is behind the wall. They were initially going to build this thing, and Figs Engineering, which is a local company, they did this like crazy one-off angle kit for it. And this thing had a JZ in it for a little while, didn't it?
Yeah, it was 2J.
And then that 2J, what happened with that 2J?
It's on a stand. We got to go through it.
Yeah, so it's on a stand, and then that thing, when you have the body panels off that thing, it's always funny.
Right.
That how, like,
the quarter panel got smashed when we were pulling it out of a trailer or something.
Like how little of a car there actually is there.
Right.
But yeah, the S15. I like this thing. You guys should leave that thing stock.
That's what I said.
But that one's going to turn into craziness too.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. And they got a wall of JZs. They have a few more than me. CDO9s. This car has a this is 2J VVTi, and it has a CDO9 in it too with the whole Collins setup. So it's very similar to what my red car is going to have, and maybe the daily too. Or maybe I'll just do, because this car right there is an auto. But yeah, this place is pretty awesome. But we're going to get headed back down to you know, our shop and get that thing unloaded. So I think we might have hung out in Denver a little bit too long, and a little bit of snow came up, because this is literally like just straight ice. It just got like a little dusting of snow. But look at that! My truck is. I was literally sliding sideways, just accelerating that much. This is. I don't know. This isn't good. Alright guys, so I guess today is the day. We are attempting to pull the cab off of this thing. Well, I'm going to try to get the cab off of this thing today. It's a full house in here today. We got all the things in here. We got the Supra stuffed over here. We got the cabinets and everything all cleaned up. I got some more totes over here. I cleaned up this whole area, got all this crap off of here, and installed this shelf. Put all the turbos and all that crap up there, but I don't know if you guys seen this video of me actually cleaning up this side, but I don't know, just trying to clean up the whole area. and you know, get it ready for some you know, some good projects. You know, 2018. I just want the shop to be a lot cleaner and ready to go. But yeah, here's this big dog. This guy is he's gonna go in today. So check that out. We got a turbo with some poop right there, so that's probably gonna have to get cleaned. But yeah, anyhow, this guy's cab's coming off today, so I guess I don't know what to say other than I'm gonna start working on it. In order to get the cabs off of these things, basically, I guess let me pop the hood. So yeah, I guess everything on these trucks is pretty quick connect-y-ish. I mean, these trucks on the assembly line, that's how they're put together. You know, the engine, tranny, and everything, all that is in here, and then they basically set the cab on them, and then they hook all that crap up is kind of what I'm assuming. But I guess the basics, you know, first yank out the batteries, get all that stuff out, pull the intake off. You can see the radiator is quick connects. The intercooler stuff is kind of quick connect-y, but you know, it goes over to here. The one interesting thing about these 6.7 Powerstrokes is they're actually a factory water-to-air intercooler. So you can see there's no actual like air-to-air intercooler up front. I believe there's two radiators. There's like a, so here's the like the high temperature coolant, and then there's the low temperature coolant, and yeah, water to air intercooler, which is pretty cool. I mean, they're a pretty efficient design. I mean, I really like this whole like the theory behind this, because essentially the exhaust manifolds are in the center, and it goes directly into the turbo. So you can see, you know, it just loops up on the passenger side, loops up from the passenger or the driver's side, and just kind of swirls in there, kind of like, you know, like the perfect divided setup. And then you can see right here, this is where the charge air comes in, is right up the front, and then it kind of gets dispersed into this plastic intake manifold, and that's where it goes. But under this EGR cooler, which we should be getting rid of that, you could see the valve cover, how it has these kind of ducts right there, and that is basically the intake manifold. And you could see it kind of swoops down here on the head, kind of has this like built-in kind of like, you know, intake manifold. So it the valve cover is the intake manifold pretty much. So, you know, swoops down there and then goes into the head and then right out through the exhaust and out the back. So pretty interesting design, pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty stoked about them. That's one of the things I've always, I don't know, that's why I'm kind of excited to do this project. You know, whether I keep the truck or not, I will keep it for a couple months and drive it around and see what I think. But nonetheless, I'm just kind of excited to work on one. So yeah, if you guys want to see a previous video, the cab, I'll probably have the cab off in this video, but when we did, the only time I've ever pulled a cab on one of these was when I did, when we did David's truck. Oh, and when I pulled the 7.3 out of the rolled truck for the van, which is still sitting over there, just kind of on the back burner. But if you want to watch that video of basically bulletproofing David's 6-liter Powerstroke, you know, I'll put that link in here somewhere. Maybe you could watch that after this video, and you could see, I guess, how far the shop has come since then. But I'm running out of breath yakking, so I'm gonna go ahead and start yanking this crap, I guess. Those are called the lower radiator hose. There's like a little quick connect guy in between the hoses. I didn't really see like a drain or anything on any of the coolers or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the main coolant. That's the primary coolant, and then I'll drain the secondary coolant, which is the low pressure stuff. Alright, so getting a couple things done on here. Got the fan shroud out. That was kind of a big pain in the butt, and basically kind of what I had to do was take all 4 of these little things and then kind of rotate it upside down, because like one end is bigger than the other. So that was a pain in the butt. The other thing that I've learned is that these connectors, like those ones right there, do not like to come undone. So pretty much you have to take down the other side of the hose, which is normally like just a hose clamp. But yeah, so the other thing is I got the steering shaft down there. I got that disconnected. I thought I was gonna have to pull off like the power steering pump and leave that, but kind of what you end up doing, because the brake boosters in here are hydro boost, so you use basically the power steering, you know, and the hydraulic to boost the brakes. So basically you just disconnect those, and you can see they have a floppy line. Same thing with the master cylinder. You can see it has basically like some high pressure braided line. Well, it has braided line right there. That's a braided one. But so yeah, basically loosen that, kind of set that, you know, over here to the side. And then what else? I don't know. What else did I do? I took out the intercooler, the degas bottle. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it out this little air cleaner thing. And Dave's messing with his SC, seeing if he could figure out why it's misfiring. We're still playing Supra and things like that. The one thing that I noticed is different between these and like the... Uh-oh, he might have fixed it. Oh no, it's still stumbling. One of the things I did notice about like these versus the 6 liters is you can see right there is it actually has a bolt on the bottom side, whereas like on the 6 liters you had to like pull back the carpet, I think pull basically the back seats out and remove the carpet all the way forward, because there's a mid bolt and then one in the back. Dave's doing a shop Bernie. Go drive it. Go drive it. Huh. It's probably fine. It's a JZ. It's not an RB. But yeah, all these quick connect things are, I don't know, I almost feel like they're dirtier than like a normal like hose clamp setup, just because everything, like as soon as you unclip it, there's like a bunch of dirt, like you could see like right in here in the cooling system. There's just like a bunch of random dirt that goes in there, or seems like it wants to go in there as soon as you pull off those clips. So I think it's more of a pain in the butt. It's probably nice from the factory just because they just put these things in there and then snap everything together. But from a, you know, standpoint of replacing stuff and trying to keep it clean, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm trying to think if there's any other questions, like, because I was looking on the internet trying to figure out exactly, like doing a little bit of research and stuff, trying to see like what, you know, other people did, and somebody that posted like a PDF of like a how to remove it, but then you had to be like a member of the forum to download it, and then somebody else posted like, you know, the whole photo bucket thing, posted a bunch of pictures, I guess, of that same PDF, like of the procedure to do this, and it's gone. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's one thing that we'll have to mess with a little bit. The other thing I guess that's different between the 15 and this motor is, see that fuel rail, how it has 2 sensors on it right there? This fuel rail only has 1 sensor on it right there. So you can see that guy has 1 sensor. So that actually might kind of suck, because the wiring, like the engine wiring, is going to be different, because I have this whole situation over here. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't know. Yeah, but anyhow, I'm gonna keep picking away at this thing, and I'm not going home tonight until this cab is off, which shouldn't be too much longer.
So we got Trevor in his natural habitat taking off cabs.
Yeah. And the bad thing is these bolts, they're in rubber, so you can't use the impact. So you just gotta sit down here and just do this all day, 6 times. Really, show them that one.
Yeah, just make sure they don't get hot and snap.
Holy shit, man.
Why? They look like a...
They just have like tension on them the whole way.
Well, yeah, they're in rubber. It's weird they are like pointed.
Yeah.
Should I just leave it up like this, and then when you fall down, you can sit on it?
Sit on what?
This bolt, it's pointed.
Oh, sit on it.
They need a creeper that like locks in so like it doesn't move when you're like doing shit like that.
Well, I like need to move. Get this out. Oh shit. Now I can use it. I can use it.
Oh, you want this? Hell yeah. 2.
Well, that's 4, so now I just gotta do the 2 front ones. It's gonna be fun.
Hey.
I love this lift.
Yeah.
Love it.
In ground. It's yours. All right, so Trevor already lifted the cab off and then set it back down. So now...
I wish, no, because then we'd know it wasn't going to break something. Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, man, hurry up so I can time my JZ.
Okay, well, I gotta get a Snapchat. So if you guys need to follow me on Snapchat, @MotionOutTV, here's the Snapchat. Okay, guys, we're getting ready to...
Getting ready to dump some Gatorade on Trevor.
No.
Yeah, he said when the cab comes up.
No, like when it's back on and it runs cherry and we drive it to California and back.
Uh-oh.
What?
Go again. Stuck on something.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the front bolts.
Yeah.
There's 8 of them. There's 8 of them.
Well, you got 2 more to do. Have fun.
Damn it, David.
And now I know my heart is a ghost town. Heart is a ghost town. Died last night in my dream.
Alright guys, well there she is. Oh, there's David back there. But yeah, just got her all off. There was only a couple random things that I kind of forgot or wasn't really paying attention to until you could kind of get it up in the air, which you almost have to. So this was I don't know, I would almost say it's easier than a 6-liter. I don't know, they're probably about the same, honestly. Maybe easier, other than these damn bolts. These things, they suck because they're in the bottom, and then they're in like these cups, so you have to do them by hand. And literally, I got like the biggest workout I've had all year, like doing those damn things. But I mean, everything's quick connect. You can see like this lower radiator hose. You just kind of like take that thing off, and I don't know, a lot of stuff just disconnects. And I'd say kind of what it took me the longest was just learning all the stuff and just kind of going around the whole engine. Like I said, I was trying to find like almost like a how-to online and couldn't really find anything.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, that could be a reason too why it's like that.
Why?
The thing just fell off.
Oh. Dave's Jay-Z problems over there are similar to my Jay-Z problems, and we're trying to figure it out. But yeah, it was nice because all the fuel stuff basically stayed attached. You can see all that crap right there. Kind of comes right here. All the fuel stuff stays on the engine, and actually down in the chassis. But yeah, you could see, I don't know, I don't really like these damn connectors because you could see all that dirt right there. And then you just got to be really, really clean when you put it all back together. And then even in this bucket over here of coolant, you can see down at the bottom, all that's just like dirt and sediment and whatever. So that's definitely not good. This thing's gonna be getting a coolant flush. You can see this radiator hose too. It just has like dirt in it. I don't know. That's kind of stupid. Now I see why people put coolant filters on these 6.7s. But yeah, I guess now I'm gonna go ahead and start actually trying to get the engine off of the chassis. So I got to disconnect the downpipe, disconnect all the fuel lines and stuff like that. This whole front like fan shroud thing actually just kind of bolts on. It's not actually, it doesn't drive a water pump. The water pump is right here. The primary water pump is right there. And then the secondary water pump is right here. So this is the low temp coolant water pump. This is the high temp coolant water pump. And basically that that whole front thing just bolts on right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that yanked off of the engine while it's just on here, and yeah, and then probably try to get out of here and set it on the ground tonight, and then come back tomorrow, try to swap everything over that I need, get it sitting back in here, and hopefully back down. So I mean, honestly, this isn't a huge project. I mean, it's definitely a lot easier that I have, you know, the lift, but I have seen people pull these things out the front. But yeah, I'm excited to have it off.
Been disconnected. Time started to win, and all of my friends had been disaffected. And now I'm searching for trust in a city of rust, a city of vampires. Tonight, Elvis is dead, and everyone is red, and love is a satire. And now I know my heart is a ghost town. Now I know my heart is a ghost town.
Hi guys, so engine is out. It is sitting on the ground. This engine hoist was kind of sketchy. We forgot to pull out these little things, so it was like three-wheeling when we kind of were moving it around. So that was a little bit sketchy, but it was kind of a pain in the butt getting it out because I didn't actually remove these motor mounts and you know, or remove them from the engine. So in order to get it out, we basically had to go straight up. But the tranny, we didn't, you know, I didn't loosen the tranny cross member or anything like that. So the tranny basically stayed right there. So we kind of like had to push it forward a little bit. So I think when we go to put it back in, I'll have to, you know, probably loosen the tranny cross member a little bit and then actually scoot it back so that it we don't have any issues, you know, with fitment and stuff like that. But yeah, so I think maybe tomorrow, what I kind of wanted to do was actually paint this frame, because you could tell it has a little bit of you know, like surface rust and stuff on it, and I figure while it's out, I might as well, you know, roll it back, pressure wash it, and do that. But that's still up in the air. I might just end up, you know, throwing it back down on it and calling it good. Maybe just, I don't know. I'll probably get some of this crap out of the way, because it is kind of dirty, like all that random, you know, mud and stuff off of it. So it'll be nice to kind of start fresh with that. Yeah, I mean, overall it wasn't terrible doing it, and just turn off that light. But yeah, overall it wasn't terrible. So I guess I'll come back tomorrow and do some swapping as far as parts and stuff goes on you know, from that one to this one, make sure everything's good, and then I guess slap it back in there, set it down, and maybe we'll see if it runs. But you do have to program the injectors. So before I put it in there, I'm actually gonna like write down all the injector codes on it, so that I make sure that they all are, you know, when I do take it somewhere. There's a local shop around here that has Ford, the IDS, so I think they should be able to program the injectors for me. If not, I'll probably have to go to the actual dealership or something. But hopefully we could get it maybe running tomorrow or the next day, and you know, without too many issues. And I do have a tuner, intake, exhaust, deletes, all that EGR delete that should be coming later this week. So I guess I don't know. I guess we'll see how she goes. So see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, well, I haven't filmed anything today, but basically what I did is I pulled the frame outside and I got everything all pressure washed, got all the dirt. There was just tons of dirt, like stuff like down in here and in there and in that tray and all the spots and stuff. So basically what I did, pressure washed it, degreased it, pressure washed it again, went ahead and kind of Scotch-Brited, brake cleaned, all that stuff. And so you can see like the little bit of like rusty pieces and stuff. It actually looks a little bit better than I thought it would. But so yeah, basically what I'm doing is I mixed up a little bit of single stage paint right here. This is the ALK 200 with some hardener. I put a little bit of a fisheye eliminator in there too, just in case there's a little bit of grease or something I didn't get. It shouldn't bubble up too much, but yeah, so I'm gonna throw on my mask and do that. You can see I'm using the 3M, like their PPS system, which is really good for like painting underneath stuff, because I'm gonna be painting like kind of the bottom of, you know, the axle and the bottom of the frame and all that stuff as well. But yeah, so kind of getting ready to run out of daylight here shortly, so I'm gonna try to get this done kind of as fast as I can, because I want it to be able to dry a little bit before, you know, because I'm planning on putting the engine in tonight. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I got it all painted up. See, it definitely looks a lot better than what it did. It just kind of sucked because there was all the random little rock chips and stuff. I got the steering box done as well, this side of the frame, and then ran out of paint, so I wasn't really able to get underneath there, but was also able to get like the rear axle and stuff too, and then like that little like the rear thing. So essentially it just makes it look a lot better. It's not a really thick coat of paint. It's I kind of reduced it down, and then this is actually like the flat black or the semi-gloss black, so you could see that it's not like a gloss black frame or anything. It almost looks factory. Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm glad I did it, and you know, took the time to kind of do that. So I guess now I'm gonna see if David will help me push this guy inside, and then I'm gonna run around and grab some parts, because I think I'm gonna grab like fuel filters and stuff like that, and like some power steering fluid, maybe some coolant, distilled water, all that stuff. I hope I could have it together tonight, so we'll see. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole you know, removing the engine and frame painting expeditions, but I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to install this thing, but that is going to be the other video. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully if you know, if you guys are trying to do this at home or in your garage or something like that, or you never done it before and you were like researching and you know, you stumbled upon this video, hopefully it helped you out. Be sure to check out part 2 of you know, actually installing and kind of going over a couple different things between the 15 and the 11, and I don't know, in the next video we should be putting it in and hopefully getting it started, so be sure to check that out.